Origins and Message of the Wheel. The Wheel of Life uses traditional Buddhist cosmological imagery to convey its allegory. There are 6 distinct realms within the wheel. Each realm represents a particular state of mind that shapes and limits our notions of what is real and what is possible. Our minds and our external situations mirror each other in the process, structuring our basic psychology. Tradition says that the Buddha directed the creation of the original wheel painting, which he commissioned as a gift to teach Dharma to an Indian king. When the king who received the painting contemplated it and fully understood its meaning, he attained enlightenment. He brought the suffering caused by unconscious habitual patterns to an end. Since then, the wheel has been painted countless times and has become a standard image displayed at the entryway to Buddhist temples all over Asia. The image has remained popular down through the ages because it makes subtle Buddhist teachings about the working of the mind accessible to the lay masses. The image of the wheel survives not just because it sustains tradition, but because the message it conveys is powerful and timelessly relevant. In modern terms, we might think of the wheel as a kind of PowerPoint presentation. It is a concise collection of information-rich points that provide a comprehensive overview of our existential state. Karma, an overarching theme of the wheel image, means action or work. Karma describes how our world works, how different realities come into being, and how they change. The agent behind the work of karma is the mind, all the habitual thoughts, perspectives, and impulses that drive our behavior and experience. Karma explains how we became who we were in the past, how we become who we are now, and how we become who we will be in the future. The working of karma is a mostly unconscious process. Our habits are shaped by past experiences, which in turn shape our present behavior such that we find ourselves facing familiar situations in the present. The repetition of unproductive patterns, the cycle of familiar mental and behavioral landscapes, is called samsara. Sometimes tropical fish in a tank leave a tiny thin trail of poop behind them as they swim around the tank. Once they have completed one cycle around, all of a sudden the poop is right in front of them. This is how karma works. You can almost imagine the fish saying to herself, "Now, where did that come from?" In this metaphor, that fish is us. The fish tank is samsara, and the poop is the result of our habitual behavior. Uninterrupted by fresh input that would break the chain, these karmic cycles go on and on. This idea is not unfamiliar to modern psychology. The Buddha's essential message was that largely unconscious forces drive our unawakened lives, placing us in unpleasant situations and surroundings over and over again. This is why samsara is depicted as an endlessly turning wheel that only stops rolling when we awaken to the forces that drive it. The allegory of the wheel reveals potent insight into how we get stuck cycling through psychological and emotional landscapes, and tells us how to cultivate positive tendencies that help free us from ingrained karmic patterns. My goal in this book is to present these ancient teachings in more contemporary language, with imagery more immediately recognizable to modern readers. The illustration of the wheel used in the book depicts modern people in contemporary settings to convey the psychological tone of each of the 6 realms. This approach is very much in keeping with how I myself learned about the 6 realms from my teacher, Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.